All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
This is the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Good morning. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with my husband, fellow realtor, Pat Devaney.
Good morning, Jackie. How are you today?
Wonderful. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you very much.
To you and our guest.
Oh, happy anniversary.
And happy anniversary.
To you.
23 years.
Yes.
We survived.
And we've never had a fight.
23 years.
Never had a fight.
Yeah.
Not
How about
once.
that?
Not once.
Maybe a discussion, a serious discussion.
Maybe.
Or two?
Probably not, dear.
Okay. And happy Father's Day to Eric Green, our guest for the second week in a row. Eric is the owner of Green's Outdoor Cleaning.
Yes, thank you.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Appreciate it.
Five.
Yeah, five children. I call them on the radio. I call them other things at home.
Yes, lovely little people.
Yeah.
Beasts. No, they're perfect.
We are here, just like your wife.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right? We
Tell
are,
if you're listening.
Love you, dear.
we're here in the studio every Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m., discussing everything real estate. We have a full-time real estate office with many relentless realtors who've been guiding, assisting, and advising clients in real estate matters for 50-plus years.
During the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com. Or you can give us a call at 570-344-6724. And when you go to jruddy.com, click on the webcam tab and take a look at what's going on at Dunmore Corners.
Check us out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest. View our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows by going to mobile-friendly jruddy.com, jruddy.com, where we also have on the radio tab all the popular podcast apps listed. If you miss our show, you can always tune into one of the podcast apps, and you'll hear it there. Eric Green, owner of Green's Outdoor Cleaning. How long have you been providing your services to Northeast PA, please?
This is the third season. So we started in September of 2019.
And what do you do?
We do all exterior cleaning. So everything from the roof to the curb. So roof cleaning or roof washing, gutter cleaning, pressure washing, house washing, and exterior window cleaning, dryer vent cleaning. We also do custom cut holiday light installation and junk removal.
You know, for years, I just want to stop you right there, because for years, and you actually had this idea. I cannot take the credit for it, Pat, but you wanted to have somebody in to talk about holiday light
Right. There was guys that I used to work with. And
in
that's
New York.
What in New York City firemen. And for the month of December, they would take time off in December to go out and put the lights on people's houses. You know, because people want beautiful lights put all over their house, but I don't want to go up on a ladder, especially when it's a little bit of icy or something outside.
Yeah.
But that's a great thing. I love it.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. What do you do?
Yeah, we're not hanging, the lights that you get from the store. We're actually coming out to your house and measuring, find out where you want the lights placed. We show you different options that we have, but it's a very simple look. It's nothing too crazy or gaudy. It's actually very simple lights, but when you custom cut them to fit your home, it looks so much more clean and crisp. And the bulbs are, about 12 to 18 inches apart, like perfectly spaced out. So it looks very clean. And it looks very nice, very high end. So that's how we do it.
Okay. Well, yeah, right. So it could take a lot of time.
Yep.
And it could actually cause some marital disputes.
I have no idea what you're talking about, dear. I've never had a dispute with my spouse.
Where to start it, where to end it, how to do it. I mean, there has been some colorful words flying around, so we stopped doing it.
Yeah, we don't even do it anymore.
Yeah, we don't do it. It's a project. It's a task. So, okay, that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
It's only June, but, hey, the holiday seasons, it'll be here before we know it,
So
right?
you put them up and you take them down.
We put them up, anywhere like in October. We'll start putting them up, and then we take them down in January.
There's a few houses in the neighborhood I know that don't have to worry about that because they leave their Christmas lights up all year long.
Yeah, there you go.
We just ask that when they're looking to sell their home that they
Take down the icicle lights in July.
In July or April.
Take down the icicle lights.
Okay. So let's talk about roof cleaning. this is a thing, and I don't think people really realize that, but this is a thing. You have a solution, Pat, that you've concocted, you've read on the internet.
Well, what we use is, Patrick, my son, has got a lawn care business, and to kill the weeds, he uses this all-natural weed killer. It's vinegar, it's salt, and it's soap. And we use that, and we spray it on the weeds, and it kills all the weeds. And also, I looked into a little bit more, and it kills the moss on the roof. But the moss on the roof is a very destructive thing. Go ahead, help me out here, Eric.
Yeah, I can actually see how the salt would kill it, because salt does kill organic material. Like if you ever put salt on your driveway in the snow, and then you get some on where the grass is, and then whoops, the spring comes and you realize, I just killed a big patch of grass right there. It's because it's the salt that's doing it.
And the vinegar is also very acidic. They say the vinegar kills the chlorophyll.
So
whatever.
You might be onto some kind of patent pending.
No patent pending. It's just, it smells like vinegar and salt potato chips every time I spray this stuff. I want to go and get a bag of Lay's.
There you go. But I mean, we use sodium hypochlorite, which is basically bleach, and we dilute it to the appropriate mix. Now, the American Roofing Manufacturing Association, ARMA, recommends that you use, sodium hypochlorite for like soft wash. You never want to pressure wash your roof. But sodium hypochlorite bleach is sodium, it's salt, right? So that's kind of the active ingredient there. So once we gently spray the roof, it kills the algae and the bacteria instantly as soon as we spray it. And it sucks the chlorophyll right out of it. It's kind of neat to watch.
Turns brown, right?
Turns white instantly.
White?
Yeah, it turns white instantly, and then it turns brown, and then it just falls off over time.
So how do I know if I need it? How do I know if I need that done?
I'll look up at your roof and see if you have moss or lichen or green stuff growing on your roof. Also, we do a lot of roofs that just have black stains on their roof. So if you're driving down a neighborhood, you just happen to pay attention. Just start driving down, start seeing if you notice any black streaks going down the roof. A lot of people don't notice that. They think it's just dirt. It's not dirt. It's a form of algae called Glyocapsa magma that basically it feeds on the limestone in the shingles. So that's how it lives, and that's why it's able to spread and get thicker and darker until you start seeing the green stuff, whether that's lichen, L-I-C-H-E-N, so lichen, or moss, which is like the fluffy green stuff.
We had neighbors who had a tree hanging over their house, and it must have been the perfect environment for the moss because their roof was covered in it. And then they had somebody come out and look, and they said, no. He says, we're past the point of removing this. They said, you need a new roof. And that's because it wasn't taken care of. It wasn't, it was a high roof. They couldn't get to it with the Lowe's or the Home Depot treatment. But maybe you could have saved somebody $25,000.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the roof cleaning is more of a treatment process. So we get rid of as much of the loose moss as possible, that we gently brush it off if we need to, and then to expose the roots, and then we spray it with the chemicals safely. We protect your vegetation, so we have a ground crew, at least one guy that's continuously wetting the vegetation. So if there happens to be any overspray, obviously the solution that we're spraying on the roof is designed to kill organic material like algae and moss, but all are organic as well. So we protect your plant life. We tarp and cover if we need to, but we have one guy the only thing he's doing the whole time is just wetting your vegetation constantly and diluting it if there is any overspray. So we take great caution in that.
How often does this need to be done, especially if a house has a lot of trees around and this is, prime condition for that?
It just depends. Yeah, if there's a lot of trees around, usually every 3 to 5 years, we do provide a 3-year guarantee. So if there is a spot that comes back, or if we didn't get it at all, just give us a call and we'll make sure to get you back on the schedule, because it usually means we missed the spot, which, again, we're humans, not robots, so that could happen. But if it does, then just give us a call. We'll come back and retreat that area for free at no charge, because when we do the entire, we have to do the whole roof to provide a 3-year guarantee. So even if there's the back section or the front section that doesn't really need it, we have to spray the whole thing to get that 3-year guarantee, because there could be like a little bit of algae on the one side that we don't see that could pop up later and spread it. So as long as we do the whole thing, we got you for 3 years.
My mother had it on her roof, and actually it was brought to her attention by her insurance carrier that said, if you don't take care of this, we are going to cancel you. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we work with different insurance carriers. When we see this a lot when people are switching policies, whether they've lived in the same house for years or they're buying or selling.
She wasn't. She's had the same policy, same carrier.
Oh.
Yeah.
But she had a claim with the trees coming down. Maybe they came out and
Maybe.
looked at it.
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with the roof.
Well,
but if an inspector is coming out, or an adjuster rather is coming out to look at something, and he sees that, because like you said, if you've had the same policy for 20 years, well, 20 years is long enough to get the moss growing on your roof.
Yeah.
So you might not have had it at the beginning, but if they come out, if they do some kind of like a random checkup, or in this case, if there was a claim for something else on the home, and then they see that, then they're going to want that cleaned up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it softens, it's not just aesthetic. It actually, that moss, because it's alive, it's feeding on the limestone and the shingles. Well, eventually that algae gets its way down to the planks of the roof, the actual wood itself, and starts weakening the boards in the roof. I mean, eventually. So there's a reason that insurance carriers want that gone, and it's not to make your house look prettier,
right?
So
well, she did. She had a service come in. It was before your time, and so they guaranteed it. And then they said, we will be back if it reoccurs. It came back within months, less than a year. She tried to get the company back. They never came back. So
that's right. I remember that.
Yeah. So what she did was, instead of battling that, she just had it ripped off and a new roof put on.
Oh. And the same thing with the neighbors did the same thing too. They had to get the roof pulled off because it had done so much damage. Mm-hmm. People see it and they look at it and they say, oh, you don't even notice it because you're looking at it every day. But sometimes you need a fresh set of eyes, like the insurance was a good thing.
Well, she's older, and like something like that sends her over the edge. It would send me over the edge, obviously. So she didn't want any problems. She didn't want to get canceled, obviously. So she went ahead and got a new roof.
Something sends you over the edge?
Some things, not much.
Oh,
right?
my God.
I wear life like a loose garment. Everything just rolls right off me.
That's hysterical.
Uh-huh. Okay. Where were we? Roofs.
Roofs. We're up on the roof.
Cleaning roofs. And so I've heard people get up there, take matters into their own hands and scrape.
Oh, power wash in the roof.
Power wash.
That's a great idea. Go ahead. Tell me about that.
Oh, yeah. That's not a good idea. I mean, actually.
Have you seen it?
My neighbor, yeah. In his flip-flops.
Oh, my God.
I can't make this up. I was going to take a picture.
Proper protective gear.
Yeah,
Flip-flops are necessary
PPE,
on the
right?
roof. Yeah, PPE.
Yeah. He's on. I couldn't make it up. I was with my employee and we're driving. We saw him on his roof with a power washing. I'm like,
he's still with us. He didn't fall out.
No, he's my neighbor. I wave to him every morning.
Hi, neighbor.
I'm like, buddy, you see we got the trucks here. We do this professionally. Let us I almost wanted to just do it for free. I mean, but I don't say I feel bad for him, but he's a young guy, It's like he knows the number to call. But yeah, you don't want to put hard pressure on a roof to power wash it. Yes, you are going to get the moss itself off, but number one, it's not going to get the black streaks off. Okay. And so that's the base of, if you don't get that out, the green's just going to come back right away. Because again, that black is not dirt, it's algae that's spreading. It's the that base of black Glycopsis magna gives the manifestation possible for the moss and the lichen. But again, it would also void the warranty on your shingles if you power wash. It's just not good. It's not good for your shingles.
Right.
They're brittle,
And scraping, is that something that you would recommend or not recommend?
No, definitely not. No, we don't even rinse them either. Like once we spray the roof down, we don't even rinse the roof because you can force off some of the moss or lichen prematurely, and you end up with like a scar on the roof. So we just let Mother Nature just rinse everything off. It takes about 3 to 6 months, depending on how much moss you have. The black streaks come out instantly before we even pull out of the driveway. The black stains, it looks about 80% better by the time we leave. But the remaining moss and lichen, it's dead instantly. But it takes a few months for it to all come off, depending on how much you have.
Yeah, when I did the roof, the garage and had it, and then I sprayed the stuff. It took. I said, did I do this right? But like you said, it turned brown pretty fast.
Yeah,
but it didn't fall off for months.
Yeah, it takes a time. It's like a scab on your arm. You have to kind of let it heal and fall off naturally, slowly. But if it doesn't, then that's why we give that guarantee, so we can come back and do it for you.
So there's different roofing materials, and so I would think that we're talking about the composition shingle.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So there's different types of roof, terracotta, tile.
Yeah. Slate.
Yeah. Asbestos.
Mm-hmm.
They're still metal,
around.
And then there's metal roofs. They're popping up. They're getting increasingly popular. I see a lot more metal roofs.
Yeah. We've done a few metal roofs. We've done, I would say probably like 80 to probably like 90% of the roofs in northeastern Pennsylvania are asphalt. We just did a terracotta roof actually in Clark Summit. You see a lot of terracotta in Florida, but we just did one recently. It's like pottery basically, like not pottery, but
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Clay.
It's terracotta,
like the red clay. Yeah, right. Yeah,
the clay. Yeah, and some metal roofs, and that you have to be careful with too. We did a slate one, some flat ones. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones that exist.
Right, flat, the rubber roofs.
The rubber roofs, yeah, that's more of like a blowing off type of a thing. You don't really get a lot of algae growing on that usually.
Yeah, and how would you even see it from this? You wouldn't even see it. It's tough to spot.
Yeah, the gutters are kind of weird up there too. Like they're not usually, they're like gutter caps in the middle of the roof that kind of go in, and it's kind of weird. But we've done those. We've done them all.
Eric Green, owner of Green's Outdoor Cleaning. How does someone get in touch with you, please?
Give us a call or a text at 570-483-8855 or visit us at Greens with an S, greensoutdoorcleaning.com.
And you're on social media as well.
All over.
Okay.
All over the interweb.
All right. Pat?
Yes. So if you're looking for your first home, this might be it. And if you're handy, you should take a look at this 2-bedroom home in West Scranton at 120 North Grand Street for only $84,000. At this price, you can make it your own home. It's not in bad shape, but it needs some cosmetic improvements. And there's renovation financing available. This home sits on a 250-foot. It's 250 foot deep, the lot. It's a very deep lot. It's got off-street parking. It's got a newer roof, and it's got an updated bathroom. That's a very affordable 2-bedroom home at 120 North Grand Street in Scranton for only $84,000, and that's listed by Gail Lewis of our office.
Thank you, Pat. This is according to the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors. 21% of first-time home buyers expect their first home to be their dream home. And 28% plan to move this year, with 10% planning to buy. The last 2 years have had an impact on everybody's living situations, with 41% reporting it made them reconsider where they live, and 40% reporting the pandemic influenced their decision to move. So what are they looking for?
Warmer climates. Right, Eric?
Right.
Location is key to 88% of respondents.
Absolutely.
Followed by square footage. And then the third is the list price. Obviously, that has to be considered at some point, right?
Right.
Home buyers think prices will be less affordable this year. They're concerned about rising home prices as well as rising interest rates.
Right.
26% said they would be less likely to buy a home if rates go up. Rates are going up, and they're going to continue to go up. So that's going to affect their affordability.
Uncertainty is in the future, right? We don't know where it's going to go or what's going to happen.
Well, they're going up, and that's just one thing for sure, right?
Yeah, but
so
2 years ago, too, you thought that the market was going down the toilet.
Right,
and it went completely the opposite. So who can tell?
Nobody, right? Nobody has a crystal ball. Stay with the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21, Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. We'll be back after a very brief break.
Who are Century 21 agents? They're high-tech gizmo-packing problem solvers with an appetite for getting things done. They know the best places to buy a home, to sell a home, and to find antiques, if you're into that kind of thing. They're weatherproof, foolproof, and proof positive that smart people doing good work can make big things happen for great folks like you. Oh, and there's one nearby. This is who they are. This is what they do. Century 21 agents. Smarter, bolder, faster. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Hi, this is Jackie Ruddy from Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Is real estate on your mind? It's on ours 24/7. Whether you're buying, selling, investing, or in need of an appraisal, you have questions, we have answers.
Thinking of buying or selling a house and have questions? Tune in to the Real Estate Roundtable hosted by locally owned and operated Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on Saturday mornings at 11 and Sunday mornings at 11:30.
Call 570-344-6724 or visit jruddy.com. That's JRUDDY.com. We are back with more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with Pat Savani, my husband, fellow realtor.
We're back cleaning things up.
Eric Green, owner of Green's Outdoor Cleaning. This week we've been talking about roof cleaning. That's a thing. Do you provide estimates over the phone?
We do provide estimates over the phone. We do it in person as well, or we can just do a drive by and take a look at your property. But we typically will take a look at, depending on where you live. If you're over, if you're right on the brink of our service area, you're an hour away, we're usually going to try to give an estimate over the phone.
Okay. So the homeowners just asked a couple questions, square footage, how many windows, or whatever you're going to clean, right? So because you are an outdoor cleaning company, you do roof cleaning, house washing, gutter cleaning, concrete power washing, window cleaning, dryer vent cleaning, junk removal, and holiday light installation.
Right.
What did I miss?
I think nothing.
All right.
So, Jackie, if somebody calls the office and wants an estimate of what their house is worth, how does that work?
Well, we can't do it over the phone. Real estate is a completely different way of doing things. We have to go in. We have to see the square footage. We have to do our own measurements. We have to see the amenities and the neighborhood. So I could do a drive-by and get a sense of what it's like, but there's nothing like going in. So when people call, and somebody did call recently, and we do receive calls quite often where people, and we don't know what the circumstances are, but last year I personally had to take a call because my associate wasn't prepared for this type of call. And the person on the other end actually did get frustrated and annoyed that I couldn't give him the price of his home. He described what he had. He described his neighborhood, and he wanted me to tell him what the price was going to be if he was to sell it. Maybe it's a divorce situation. Maybe it's something where they don't want somebody to come out, but I cannot do. You may find an agent or realtor willing to do that, but I personally cannot do that.
But I have a Zestimate that says my home is worth $500,000.
And I think that's pretty much why people want us to do it over the phone, because they can go onto a computer and get some sort of automated value.
Right. I was just doing some research, and I did a quick Zestimate of the property, and the Zestimate was 15% less than the latest comp sold for that exact same property.
It could go either way. It could be over. It could be inflated.
Right.
It could be under.
Right.
I was going to ask you what percent. So it's like 15-20% is what you're seeing is the margin of high or low.
It can go more.
Yeah. So it's not an accurate depiction.
No, it's a ballpark. I mean, it'll put you in the neighborhood. Yeah. But this was condos.
It's like Credit Karma, right? It's not really that accurate.
Yeah, they say that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had credit people on. They said that's
right. They probably call, say, "Hey, I got a credit score of this to buy a house." Right? You probably get that.
Well, when you buy a house, it's different than from renting. Most landlords, owners of properties that rent them out, want a credit check. A lot of people do, and so sometimes tenants want to provide that through the Credit Karma, and the credit checks that we run do come out different. But when you buy a house, the bank is going to do that credit check.
Right.
So they wouldn't take the Credit Karma report.
You're right. Well, I think from what I understand, the report is good to see any delinquencies, actual items, but to actually get your number, it's not really.
For your own information, to see where you need to improve.
Right.
Right, yeah. Okay, so you also provide clean-out services. Let's talk about that a little bit here.
Yeah, we do any kind of hauling, junk removal hauling. So whether it's a single item pickup to a full clean out. And I'm not even kidding. I've had people call me wanting us to remove a microwave. And so, I mean, we can do that because, the typical garbage folks aren't going to they might, depending on, who this provider is, might not take certain things. And so we can pretty much, for the most part, take everything except for tires and TVs. We personally cannot take that. But everything else besides tires and TVs, we could pretty much take. But, we do have minimum fees and everything. So, but we will do anything from like a minimum, pickup. So the minimum pickup fee is anywhere from $65 to $85, depending on where you're at. And that's just going to be for like a single item. All right. And then up to a full clean out.
You also, speaking of fees, have a membership plan.
We do. Yeah. Our membership plan is for anybody that wants to have service repeatedly throughout the year to always keep their home and property maintained with the services that we provide. So, for instance, for around $19 a month for your typical home, you're going to get a free window cleaning, exterior window cleaning, and or a free gutter cleaning. You get to choose which one that you want.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And for members, they also get
15% off any additional service. So again, if you're calling us up and you want a house wash and you also want your windows cleaned, well, guess what? For that service, you're going to get a free window clean, which is going to save you a couple $100 right there on the service, and 15% off the house wash and priority service. So we're going to get you in the next 2 weeks instead of having to put you at the back of the line where everybody else goes when they call in. Although we love all of our customers equally, for those of you listening.
Eric Green, owner of Green's Outdoor Cleaning. How does someone get in touch with you, please?
570-483-8855. You can call or text or visit us at greensoutdoorcleaning.com.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Pat?
Yes, we have a 4-bedroom, 2-bath brick ranch style home in Dunmore at 4363 Elmhurst Boulevard for $209,000. This is a lovely home. It sits on a 60 by 200 lot. It's got a large private yard with a nice rear deck. There's plenty of off-street parking in front. It has a lower level that's finished with a family room and a fireplace. It has a newer roof, central air conditioning, and all of this is within walking distance to Lake Scranton. That's a move-in ready 4-bedroom, 2-bath ranch-style home at 4363 Elmhurst Boulevard in Dunmore for $209,000, and that's listed by Dan Callahan of our office.
Thank you, Pat. And according to the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors, the median sales price of all homes closed in Pennsylvania in the month of April hit the highest level in over 5 years. The median price in Pennsylvania was $204,274. That's up 13.4% over the same time last year. Locally, the median sales price is about $180,000. Rising prices, coupled with increasing mortgage rates, are creating more challenges in the market to navigate for many home buyers. National Association of Realtors calculated purchasing a home is now 55% more expensive than 1 year ago.
Wow.
So, affordability is hurting.
Yep.
While wages have risen by 6%, the increase doesn't match inflation, which is at 8.5%. Pennsylvania home sales in March and April remained consistent, but are down 6.5% from the same time last year. And NAR shows a 5-month decline in pending home sales. Housing inventory, that's our listings, are down more than 30% over the same period last year. We are going to see elevated inflation rates for the next several months, and that will lend to higher mortgage rates, which will slow the housing market. That's what's going to happen.
That's what they say.
I want to say hi to Kristen Mazzarella, who often listens to our show. Thanks for tuning in, Kristen. She's a dear friend of ours. Remember to tune in next Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m. to listen to more of the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21, Jack Ruddy Real Estate, and 94.3 FM The Talker. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there listening.